Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al Kol Yoshmei Tevel. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al Kol Yoshmei Tevel. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al Kol Yoshmei Tevel.
Amen. So in the Torah portion we read this week, the portion that Elijah has been learning and studying for a year,
Yes.
something extraordinary and spectacular happens. And Elijah is going to have something to tell us and teach us about in a little while. And that extraordinary and spectacular thing, Torah is revealed by God to all of the people who have gathered in this place, in this wilderness, wandering, not knowing where they're going or what's coming next. And the Torah is revealed in a moment to everybody, completely. And that moment is a big and overwhelming moment. Too much for the people. And so once it happens, sort of God is sort of pulled back. And the rest of the transmission happens in a very intimate process between God and Moses. And that's the beginning of a chain of transmission traced
The heart of the
up until
surface.
this day and up until this person. That our tradition teaches us that God revealed Torah on Mount Sinai, gave it to Moses, Moses gave it to Joshua, Joshua to the elders, to the prophets, to the teachers of the great yeshiva, and on through teacher to student, from teacher to student, until we receive. And when we receive the Torah, we also become teachers and transmitters of Torah. So we enact that every time a young person becomes bar mitzvah. We take the Torah from the ark and we pass it through the hands of some of the critical teachers who have brought Torah into the hands of this young person. And on this Shabbat, it feels especially powerful because we're actually in the place in the Torah where this chain of transmission begins. So, to bring the Torah out, we're going to invite up some of our young people to open the ark, including, not limited to, Emmanuel, Nate and Sophie, and Josie, and Izzy if he's here, and if any other younger siblings or younger students in Kikila School want to join us, or younger people who are not part of Kikila School want to join us to open the ark, you're most warmly invited. You're going to stand there for just a minute and not open it quite yet because we have more people to invite. To pass the Torah to Elijah, Rabbi Gray, Ronen, Rabbi David, Leah, and Sean. As the ark is open, I invite the community to rise and bow your words here.
a Torah of wisdom, a Torah of life. Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah. Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah. Udabarai Yerushalayim Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah, Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah.
Please repeat after Elijah.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Yay.
Let's sneak down this way. Get the fuck.
Shabbat. You guys are huge. You guys are huge. Yes, I am.
I'm doing it. You're doing it.
Please take a seat.
So as Rabbi Dev mentioned, in last week's Torah portion, our ancestors scrambled to leave Mitzrayim, the narrow place, survived the miracle of crossing the sea, and wound up in the wilderness, stunned and confused. As Elijah will teach us soon, the unknown, even with all its liberatory potential, can be pretty hard to wrap your mind around. And then this week's portion arrives. Our ancestors come to the foot of a holy mountain. They send their leader up into a cloud that obscures the mountain's peak, and out of that cloud, out of that transcendent chaos, a voice emerges. It speaks directly to the people, or it comes to the people through Moses. It depends on who you ask. And that voice speaks 10 utterances that carve deep grooves into every listening mind. I am God, your God, which is to say, you must remember that you are not ultimately in control. I brought you out of Mitzrayim, out of your narrowness, which is to say that there are